Elizabeth Cady Stanton was an abolitionist who had a strong vision for the future of the United States. She challenged the process by standing up for women's rights in the 18th century. During her work, she enabled others to act and encouraged their hearts by sharing an inspired vision of equality between men and women. Elizabeth Cady Stanton shared a vision for a better country with many people such as Susan B. Anthony, another famous women's suffrage leader. From the start of when they met in 1851, they worked together on protests, speeches, and books. Together, in 1863, they formed the National Women's Loyal League. They also founded the National Women's Suffrage Association in 1870. Cady Stanton was given the opportunity to act as president of this group. Cady Stanton and Anthony's friendship lasted for over 51 years. During Elizabeth's lifetime, the lives of men and women were entirely different. According to the article Stanton Elizabeth Cady on the website Learning to Give, in the middle of the 19th century, women were, by custom, barred from the pulpit in the professions, prevented from attending college, and those who dared speak in public were thought indecent. By law, married women were prohibited from owning or inheriting property. In fact, wives were the property of their husbands. Elizabeth Cady was determined to expand women's rights and stop this social norm. In 1848, she worked with Lucretia Mott, another abolitionist, to hold the first women's rights convention in New York. At this convention, she wrote the Declaration of Sentiments, calling to raise the status of women in society and to also give women the right to vote. She then delivered the declaration at the Philadelphia Centennial Celebration in 1876. In 1860, Stanton created the Married Women's Property Law, giving married women the right to own property, engage in business, manage their wages and other income, sue and be sued, and to be joint guardian of their children. According to the article Elizabeth Cady Stanton on the website History, Cady Stanton also co-wrote 3 volumes of the book History of Women's Suffrage. Along with numerous articles on the subject of women and religion, Cady Stanton published the Women's Bible. In this book, she voiced her belief and urged other women to recognize what they could do to improve their lives and create equality between men and women. Cady Stanton also wrote an autobiography titled 80 Years and More, about the great events and work of her life. Nothing seemed to stop Cady Stanton. In the 1870s, she traveled across the United States giving speeches. In one of her most common speeches, Our Girls, she enabled girls to get an education that would develop them as people and provide an income if needed. She even made sure to say that both of her daughters had completed college, something that was very rare at the time. Elizabeth Cady Stanton also enabled others to act by creating petitions to fight for women's suffrage. These petitions were signed by thousands of people. In order to truly encourage the heart, Elizabeth Cady Stanton had to show that she truly cared about what she was working towards. And she did. She showed that she really cared about what she was doing through her lifetime fight for women's rights. From 1848 until her death in 1902, Elizabeth Cady Stanton worked tirelessly for women's rights. She is recognized as a leader for her work since she challenged the place women held in society. She enabled others to act and encouraged their hearts by sharing an inspired vision of equality. Although her greatest dream, the ability for women to vote, wasn't created as the 19th Amendment until 18 years after her death, her great effort was credited for playing a crucial role in creating this amendment. Because of Elizabeth Cady Stanton's hard work, women today are treated with equal respect as men.